Hey everyone, I'm Lamont Gilchrist, www.lgfitnessmessiah.com is my webpage. Lamont Gilchrist, Lifetime Natural Pro Bodybuilder on Facebook. Lamont Gilchrist, all caps on Instagram. Going to take a little time and shoot a little video and talk about strategy and plans of attack when you're putting together a routine. The New Year is coming up, and a lot of people will be doing a lot of different things to exercise, and to get in shape. So I want to go over strategy with you. I'm going to break it down for a couple of different groups. We're going to go like a aerobic type of workout person. We'll go like a athlete type of person, a regular type of person, a strength training type of person, and so on. So let's imagine, excuse me. Let's start off with the aerobic person. If you are aerobic training athletes, meaning that you swim or you run miles, or the aerobic capacity is your main fuel source, so you do cardio all the time and you're on the road, you got constant pounding on the road or riding, your body is pretty efficient. So meaning that it'll burn carbohydrates pretty efficiently, fats pretty efficiently, and protein pretty efficiently. So it's very hard for you to hold on to fast twitch or muscle fibers, or very hard for you to gain size or hold on to muscles, because your body is utilizing everything as a fuel. Most of your muscles and most of your muscle fibers are converted over, or even if you started off as a sprint or a more fast twitch muscle fiber person, you don't actually work those muscle fibers majority of the time to any capacity, because of just the nature of the way that you train. If you are eating high, you want to have high carbohydrate intake, you probably don't want it to be sugar, because studies have shown, even though it does give you an insulin spike and things like that, studies has shown that later on down the line, marathon runners who are using a high sugar glycemic spike is getting diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and other things and stuff like that, and having complications because of the insulin spike. Even though they were burning fuel, it's still spiking the insulin and still having repercussions on their pancreas and other systems, liver and other things and stuff like that. So you want to build with more systemic burning carbohydrates, oatmeal, green leaf stuff, use fruits as the fructose, maybe a little sugar early in the morning or post run. Glycerol is another good one. That's something that we use. It's like I think it's like a skin thing that you buy at the store, but we use it in bodybuilding because it's the actual, comes from the plant, and it actually makes you more vascular and get into your system a lot faster. You may want to use coconut oil, a little bit more triglycerides to spike it with fats and different fats and stuff like that, add fats to your diet. And so that's going to be key. But a key thing that you really want to do, you want to load up and get protein too. I'm going to tell you why. Because your body's going to be burning protein pretty efficiently, so you want it to have dietary protein into your system. You want to use branched chain amino acids so that your body can utilize those things as a fuel source if it goes through that conversion right before it goes into the curve system. You want to utilize those things so that you can hold on, or so that you can keep some of your lean muscle mass. And at least once a week, you may not want to do heavy training. You want to do explosive training, like fast reps, pushing the bar, plyometric type training for your whole body, just to stimulate those fast twitch muscle fibers, those B2 muscle fibers, just so that you're working on them, and just so you can retain some of those muscle fibers. And this is for elite distant runners and stuff like that. It'll help in that kick and that sprint stage later on in a race, and it'll help with just in general people who don't really like to incorporate that. Maybe a full body athletic plyometric explosion weight training regimen will be good for you. with that type of eating plan, loading on the carbohydrates, but making sure you're getting into your proteins. So we cover that base. Let's say that you're just a general person and you don't like to do cardio. Well, if you don't like to do cardio, then you're going to have to attack your nutritional part of it. You're going to have to make sure that you keep your sugar intake low. You're going to have to time up your carbohydrate or your insulin spikes along with your protein, watching your micronutrition, caloric intake, outtake may be a thing. But you can do some different type of cross training where you sprint on an elliptical, you walk a little bit, you do jumping jacks, you do a couple push-ups, do some high intensity training to kind of get your heart rate up, some different things like that. You're never going to be a real cardiovascular athlete because first of all, you don't prefer it, and second of all, that's probably not your training style. Once again, you don't prefer it. It's one of those things you just have to like to do. So nutrition is going to be key on you. Carbohydrate, making sure that it's green leaf, timing up carbohydrates, keeping protein pretty even, caloric intake a little bit just on a cue that you're not really doing that, along with a aerobic capacity, sports muscle conditioning, what I call training, where you're doing anywhere from 8 when you're going up into the 82 percentile plus over your to your max, or 15 to 30 reps, working on form, breathing, working on aerobic capacity, time thing, working your workouts where you're trying to do a workout or stay into a movement for 45 seconds, a minute 15 seconds, up to 2 minutes and stuff like that. So you can get to aerobic capacity in different muscles, so it's just not primarily just doing cardio. So you're working on aerobic capacity along with the strength training. That seems to be a really good formula for people who don't like to do cardio, to get into pretty good shape, to lose body fat and really be able to keep it off. A workout like that where you're keeping intensity up and you're doing the little things in between each set. You're not just sitting around, maybe riding a bike on the elliptical. You're able to get in and out of the gym maybe once you get efficient, 35, 40 minutes, maybe even less, depending on what you're working that particular day. That's a good workout. Strength training athletes, guys who want to get strong, build lean muscle. Of course, you're going to have to spike your insulin level at certain times because insulin is anabolic. So you want to spike it pre-workout, post-workout, get your insulin levels up. You want to make sure you're taking all your micronutrition, BCAAs, fish oils, all the other different things. I would say low impact cardiovascular, meaning like a regular walk, keeping your heart rate down under 117 pretty much, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 days, 5 days a week, just to make sure you have some cardiovascular health so you can get upstairs and everything else. And so they're just keeping your heart health. You're focusing more when you're doing cardio on heart health, because overall you're trying to hold on to muscle. You're not trying to burn into it. And this will help with overall in general strength and everything else too, because every muscle group or every body part has different muscle fibers in it. It has B2, it has fast twitch muscle fibers, slow twitch muscle fibers. So and whenever you're helping oxygen intake and blood going through those muscles and the aerobic capacity of those muscles, you're also strengthening it. Maybe not on a per max overload strength mechanism, but definitely in the endurance part of it and everything else like that. And then switch up your training. You're going to pretty much train heavy, but every now and then do some explosion and then do some aerobic capacity type training just to give your body a little switch up, just to get some muscle memory going, just once again to work those different muscle fibers, because each body part has a lot of different muscle fibers, different type of muscle fibers entwined inside of them. Of course, you're going to take in calories and you're going to spike, and you're going to take, maybe a gram to a gram and a half of protein per your body weight. You're going to increase your carbohydrates. Just don't get gluttonous because you do want to take in calories so that you're building muscles, and you always want to have an influx. But you can also use BCAAs and stuff like that, so you're not just taking in empty calories. Make sure your macro and micronutrition, even though you're taking in those calories, make sure you're getting something out your macro and micronutrition. Make sure it has some things in it, not just like bleached bread or white rice where you don't get any micronutrition, even though sometimes you will need it for the starch and to spike your insulin level. A beginner just getting in, a beginner just starting on a regimen or just getting started on an exercise program or fitness thing or try to get in shape. First thing, you want to make sure that you go to the doctor, make sure your heart health, get blood work, all the other different things, know where you are, know your weight and all these particular things. It starts with nutrition. Give yourself, I always have a 21-day reset meal plan. Give yourself about 20-something days to change up your nutrition so that chemically in your body is doing different things as far as like where it's sending things, how it's storing things, how it's utilizing energy sources, how it's utilizing fuel, how it's utilizing minerals, vitamins. Make sure you bring all those things up to as close as you can to a harmonious state. Then ease in with a little cardiovascular work, building yourself up, maybe walking, building up to at maximum probably 40 minutes, 3 times a week will be sufficient. But start off, go 15 minutes, do that for a week, 3 times a week, and build yourself up until you reach a nice level. Get a trainer or get someone or watch videos to show you proper lifting technique, breathing, posture. That's going to save you from getting injured. That's going to save you from being frustrated. There's going to be some soreness because you're stimulating muscles and things you've never done before. But there's more soreness when you have breakdown and kinetic energy from the ground, from your foundation. When you have breaks in the links, you're putting more stress on a ligament or on a joint or on muscle fibers that really can't go under that stress, or angles or back angles or tendons or different things like that. So get informed, get good technique, learn how to breathe, learn how to lift, learn the safety of the gym before you actually start a lifting program. So that's going to be that's probably going to be maybe like a 12-week, 16-week process just before you get in shape to get in shape. It's not like you jump off and you start getting in shape. You have to get in shape to be able to train. Training is not something that just comes naturally and that you can do all every day, because your body has to build up a resistance. You have to put your body in an environment continuously to where you can push your body before you can even start to alter your body. So in a lot of times you have to get in shape to get in shape. Some people it takes more than 12 weeks, 16 weeks, a half a year. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than that. People who really struggle with their weight, who's never done this and stuff, know how long of a journey it can be. It's a process. You will get benefits from just doing it, but in order to start pushing yourself and then start to see different things and have different goals and outlooks for your body and your overall general health, you have to first get in shape to see where you can go, to see what avenue you can take, how far you can push it. Are you going to go towards the aerobic? Are you going to try to do a marathon? Are you going to try to get on stage? Are you going to do it for long-time health? Are you going to do it for to get active again, to play golf, tennis, or something like that? So you do a lot of different things. For my athletes, now athletes are a little bit different because it's mostly sports specific. You want to do things that's going to cater to your sport. And if it's a team sport or things, you're going to do things that cater to your job or what it is that you're going to do. So a lot of your exercise and the functionality is going to be doing things to actually put you in biomechanic movements, situations, so that you can utilize your body being in those situations under stress or under condition of competition. So, there's a lot of different tables and stuff like that with athletes, and I think I'll go a little bit more in depth, and I'll do a separate one for athletes because we could talk from golfers to basketball to football to boxers to so there's a lot of different training regimens. In general, I wanted to give everybody a breakdown so you knew how to match these things together as far as your micronutrition, how you should eat, how you should get started, what should be your approach, what should be, because this is your weakness, you're going to make sure that you cover these points because this is where you're going to be suffering at, but you're still going to cater to your strengths because that's how you're going to push your overall health in your body. In the same token, that you know how to keep strengthening your strengths while you're, changing or holding on to other aspects and know how to fuel those strengths and how to conduct your meal plans, eating, regimen, supplementation. I hope this helped. This is just a beginner. I'll be doing some more stuff in general. People ask me questions and other things like that to give you a more in general path or plan of action to fit your fitness needs, your fitness goals, and the overall picture. Hoping that you can visualize it, embrace it, and have a strategic plan to reaching your goals. Once again, my name is Lamont Gilchrist. Thanks.